Hey there, small business owners. Boy, I'll tell you, hurricane season is among us as we are looking at the expected arrival of Hurricane Dorian. There's some things that I wanted to come to you today and talk to you about with respect to your team and your staff. Um, Communication is key in instances like this because there's already enough chaos going on. People are very concerned about their family and the safety of their family. Should I stay? Should I go? You should be trying to find that out from your team. Call them, check in with them, find out, are they staying or are they going? Um, a lot of companies, larger companies, have these policies. They could be called inclement weather policies or emergency closure policies. But as a small business owner, you should have these in place as well. And the purpose of this is just to communicate and to make sure that the expectations are understood, what you're expecting of your team members, and what they can expect from you as their boss or business owner. So this is great to communicate outages. You know, how is your company going to react if there's some kind of power outage or outages of internet, or something that's going to cause a substantial halt in your business. Um, Also, mandatory evacuations. Like right now, here in the Low Country, we are under a mandatory evacuation. So, what are your options for your employees? Are you offering them to take their paid time off or PTO, their vacation time if you have a vacation and sick policy, or does that time need to be unpaid? Those are the things that you need to be clear about with your communication. And if you don't have a policy in place like this, then it's time to implement one for sure. So, a couple of things that I wanted to mention to you from a legal perspective. Um, if you close your office, any of your exempt employees, that means people who are salaried, right? They must be paid for missed time, and you can't deduct it from their salary or their paycheck. And this holds true if they miss a full day or a partial day. Um, but with that said, you may require that exempt employees use accrued time, the vacation, the PTO, but make sure that's your regular practice. You can't make exceptions for one weather event and or closure event and then not do the same thing for another. So, exempt employees that don't have a sufficient vacation balance or PTO balance, um, they again must be provided with their regular salary during the closure. So, you might say to someone, well, you can use your PTO time because we're going to be closed. But then if they don't have enough PTO time, then your business has to make up the difference for them. They have to receive a full paycheck because they are exempt or salaried employees. Um, Now, if your office is open, and that employee is unable to make it because of whatever their individual circumstances are, well, that's considered personal reasons, and in those cases you can make a deduction in their salary, but it's only if they miss a full day. Okay, so if they're doing anything like checking email, calling clients or customers back, following up on anything that is work related, then you would be obligated to pay them for their full day. So remember, hurricanes, they can be very chaotic. As it gets closer and closer, there's going to be like, you know, people concerned about gas shortages, school closures. Schools are already closed here in this instance. The concern of flooding, the concern of power outages, the concern of, whether I should board my windows. Should I even stay? Should I go? Is my neighbor staying? Is my neighbor going? Well, maybe I should wait it out with my neighbor if they're staying. There's already enough going around in your, there's almost, I'm sorry, there's always enough swirling around in your mind. You don't want to complicate matters. So make sure that one, you put a policy in place if you don't already have one. Two, keep the communication lines open with your staff. Let them know what their options are with respect to paid time off or unpaid time off, closures or not closing, partial openings. Um, Make sure that line of communication stays open with your team. So, hopefully, this was helpful. Please stay safe. And if you need any help after the storm, figuring out how to make sure that you're planning properly for future storms and coming up with a procedure and a proper policy, please reach out. But stay safe for now. We'll talk to you soon.